Indonesia, a country with a million natural charms, holds various stories in every corner. The novel Tangle on the North Coast by Hadi Hartono takes us to dive into the lives of the people on the north coast of Java, a portrait of a peaceful life yet disturbed by the waves of modernization. Hadi Hartono beautifully weaves a story about the ups and downs of coastal communities facing large development projects. The conflict between local communities, the government, and businesses is the core story raised in this novel. Tangle on the North Coast is not just fiction, but a reflection of the social reality that happens around us. A call to care more about the environment and the fate of marginalized communities. The north coast of Java, with its expanse of blue sea and the simple life of fishermen, becomes the main setting in this novel. The life of the community here runs harmoniously, side by side with nature. However, that calmness is disturbed by the arrival of an industrial development project. The development, which is touted to bring economic progress, actually leaves behind a complex conflict. Coastal communities are threatened with losing their livelihoods. Land eviction and environmental pollution become the price to pay. The conflict heats up when the community's efforts to defend their living space are ignored. The government and businesses seem to turn a blind eye and deaf ear to the cries of the little people. In the midst of this conflict, there are three central figures who represent the struggle of the coastal community. Raka, a persistent young fisherman, Fina, a vocal environmental activist, and Pak Hasan, a wise village elder. Raka, who has depended on the sea since childhood, must fight to maintain his livelihood. Fina, with her idealism, tries to gather support to fight injustice. Pak Hasan, with full wisdom, acts as a mediator and advisor for the restless community. These three characters are portrayed very humanely. Their struggles, their anxieties, and their hopes are clearly depicted on every page of this novel. Tangle on the North Coast is a novel full of social criticism. Hadi Hartono courageously raises sensitive issues such as social inequality, environmental damage, and abuse of power. Not only is the story original, the dialogues presented also feel so alive. Readers are invited to dive directly into the lives of coastal communities and feel the pulse of their struggle. Through this novel, Hadi Hartono invites us to care more about the environment and the fate of small communities. Tangle on the North Coast is worth reading by anyone, especially the younger generation, to be more sensitive to social realities and participate in preserving the environment.